Hey look, it's the Apple Watch Series 7. Now who else thought they were going to come out with the square design? All the leakers apparently got it wrong. I was really excited for the redesign, but with a similar design, that means all the accessories that I've been using the last year are still relevant. And in this video, I'm going to tell you what I think are the best multi-chargers. Normal chargers for fast charging, portable charging, screen protector, cases, straps for working out, straps for looking fancy, and lugs. Now, if you are planning on getting some of these accessories in the video, Monty, what can they do? You can't talk. You can use our links. I'm a reviewer, not an influencer, and we basically spend a ton of money on products to figure out what's the best product. So help us out any way you can, because we like our jobs as reviewers. Now, there is one more thing before we get to the meat and guts of this video. As I was making this video, I realized how I use my Apple Watch might be really different when compared to you guys. Some people don't even like to use Apple Watches, which is why Val is Monty. She's over there. Anyways, roll the roundup. Now at this very moment, I don't think there's actually any sort of multi-charger that takes advantage of the USB-C fast charging feature of the Series 7. So as those products come out and as I test them, I'll leave them in the pinned comments, my comments about what I think about them. But here's our top 3 list for multi-device chargers. Number 3 goes to the Nomad base station. The base station looks like your standard run-of-the-mill multi-charger, but the materials in this product are top-notch, as the base station has an aluminum base and a leather charge pad. But that's not why it comes in third. I'm not that shallow. The base station does offer better than average charge speeds for your devices and has additional ports for other devices. Number 2 goes to the Logitech Powered. It's the fastest non-MagSafe charger that we've used. The only problem is that the stand won't work with smaller iPhone minis. It's just too tall. Now before we go to our top pick, if you are looking for a small travel charger, just get the MagSafe Duo. It folds up nicely, provides above average MagSafe charging, though it's not as fast as a solo MagSafe charger, which is kind of odd, but yeah, it's tiny. Number 1 goes to the Belkin Boost Charge Pro. It's a modern looking charger that has a 15-watt MagSafe charge pad, an Apple Watch charger, and a 7.5-watt Qi charger in the base. So this is the fastest third-party charger that I've used to date. If you need all the details or a list of all the multi-chargers that we tested, do check that review video. Monty, how much money do we spend on the video? Pretty sure, yeah, I think a little higher, about $2,000 I think, and most of them were terrible. So these are the top 3 chargers for the iPhones. You got an Anker PowerPort Nano 3, an Apple 20-watt charger, as well as a MagBack 20-watt PD charger. So I think it goes number 1, 2, and 3. So using Apple's new fandangled USB-C fast charging for the Apple Watch, every 10 minutes it would charge this Series 7 about 20%. And so I'd charge it 4 times and then drain the battery by running a workout by doing absolutely nothing, just basically sitting around, as well as turning on the flashlight. So basically this is what my Apple Watch looked like for the last 24 hours. So again, every 10 minutes it would do about 20% on the Series 7. Now, I did all of that with the Series 7 and the old school 5-watt charger with one of the older cables. And this test resulted in the Apple Watch Series 7 being charged in 10 minutes, only 7%. So we got 20%, 7%. That is a pretty significant increase in charge speeds. Now, which one is best out of the 3? I couldn't tell, though this test was very quick. I might try to do it again with some different chargers. But basically, at this point in time, you can get any one of these and they just charge your Series 7 fine. If you were to factor in charging in your iPhone, number 1, number 2, number 3. Now, if you've been with the channel long enough, you may wonder, do you guys ever come across products that are completely useless? And the answer is yes. These portable Apple Watch chargers are completely useless. I haven't actually touched any of these products that I've reviewed from the last year's roundup because, well, I really haven't had to charge just my Apple Watch on the go. Granted, in last year I haven't really gone anywhere beyond my home and my studio, but still, I totally forgot I had these chargers. Mostly because I went and bought the Mophie Power Station all-in-one, and it's basically a portable battery bank that has an Apple Watch charger, so it's just more useful than just an portable Apple Watch charger. From a charge speed perspective, it's not fast, it's not slow. It ran at a pretty standard 74 minutes to do our standard charge test on our iPhone 12 minis. Now, I'm generally not a big fan of Mophie products, but their latest lineup kind of have impressed me. The Snap Plus wireless battery pack as well as the charger, they actually are decent. If you want to know more, check out my iPhone's accessories video for a full breakdown. So for this next section, we're going to be talking more about stuff that actually goes right onto the Apple Watch, or actually into the Apple Watch. When it comes to the straps, I didn't come across anything in my big box of things that wouldn't fit into the lug area of the Series 7, though I do know certain brands will retool them or will re-examine their products to make sure that they get like the perfect fit with Apple's newest device. So depending on when you're watching this video, make sure that you are getting a Series 7 product. Now I work out 5 to 7 hours a week and I do a lot of functional fitness stuff, so my Apple Watch usage is geared towards that. So my preference for screen protectors for my Apple Watch is protection over aesthetics, which is evidenced by what my screen protector on my Series 6 looks like. The screen protector on this watch has taken repeated strikes with a bear skipping rope, repeated face strikes from kettlebells, and multiple edge hits from basically me walking around corners. When it comes to Apple Watch screen protectors, there's 3 types: TPU covers, hybrid glass protectors, and actual glass protectors. Now over the last year I stopped testing TPU covers because there's really no reason to ruin your Apple Watch with a cover that doesn't cover the corners of your device. Like seriously, why? If you've been with this channel long enough, you know that I used to recommend TPU covers because there wasn't anything else on the market, but in the last couple of years certain manufacturers have started making these hybrid glass 3D TPU protectors, which are just way better than these thin things that you kind of tape onto your screen. When it comes to hybrid glass 3D TPU protectors, there's 2 issues. The first is that despite having the word glass in them, they do not offer the same amount of protection as actual glass, as Visible Shield's newest product, the Glass Fusion Plus, still scratches around at a Mohs level of 3, though the surface does feel smooth like glass. So that's kind of about it. Yeah, marketing fluff. The second is that impacts against this type of screen protector are going to leave a dent, so your Apple Watch screen may look funny. Now when it comes to hybrid protectors, the runner-up in this category is the Invisible Shield Glass Fusion Plus. It will do a good job of protecting your Apple Watch's screen from everyday bumps and scratches. I will note that the screen protector is a bit easier to install than our go-to product, which is the Rhinoshield 3D Impact. It's a bit thicker than the Zag product and can take an absolute beating, as well you just seen on my Series 6. Rhinoshield is a materials company and some of the stuff that they come out is actually pretty crazy. Their 3D Impact lineup of protectors are some of the toughest protectors that I've seen. I don't even blink when I feel my Apple Watch screen get hit. I just know it's going to be protected with this product. Now if you're not as rough as I am with your Apple Watch, getting a glass screen protector from FlowLab is going to offer you the best viewing and scratch resistance. The only thing that I've noticed with a glass screen protector on my Apple Watch is that the sensitivity will change a bit. You will need to use the tip of your finger rather than the meaty part of your finger when using a glass protector on your Apple Watch. Now when it comes to cases, there's actually 3 camps. The ones that you snap on, ones that wrap around your Apple Watch, and the ones that wrap around your Apple Watch and come with a strap. Now the camp that is completely useless is a case plus strap combo. These products are first of all chunky and second of all generally have very terrible strap. Again, I'm a person who doesn't really like wearing a watch with standard watch buckles, but damn, look at the size of these buckles, like why? Now between the other 2 camps, I've been torn between the wraparound style of case and the snap-on style of case. And there's pros and cons for both of these. For the wraparound style, you really only have 2 options. The colorful options from the Crash Guard of Rhinoshield or the OtterBox Exo Edge. Both of these products will fully expose the bottom of the watch, so sweat and grime won't collect between your case and the Apple Watch. There really isn't a feeling in the world that describes when your Apple Watch all of a sudden feels wet, because sweat from your workout from 3 hours ago gets squeezed out of the case. It's just ugh. Between the OtterBox Exo Edge and the Rhinoshield Crash Guard, I go with the Crash Guard, as you can mix and match the rims on the case so you can freshen up the look of your Apple Watch if you want. One of my favorite things to do is to match the cases with my Monogram Casetify straps. Now the only reason why I would choose the Exo Edge over the Crash Guard is the fact that if I'm very paranoid about protecting the edge of my Apple Watch, I can get it almost immediately at the Apple Store. Now the last camp are the snap-on cases. Now I've used several products that look like the Exo Edge and Crash Guard, except for the fact that they don't wrap around the Apple Watch, they just snap on through the top. I'll be honest with you, I have no idea where most of like the snap-on cases are, because you basically just like, you lose them while putting on your jacket, you lose them while you are walking around a corner and you bang your wrist. It's just, they're just terrible. The thick ones anyways. The only snap-on cases that don't come off from a light breeze were these carbon fiber cases from Pitaka. They're not too bulky, so they don't catch on things as much as other products. The Pitaka carbon fiber Apple Watch case holds up to wear and tear, as multiple strikes with my bear skipping rope and kettlebells haven't really left a mark on the case, and I've been using this thing for about 6 months now, so it looks pretty good. So if you find this video useful, make sure you get your stuff through our Amazon links, because Well, you want to see Monty keep doing this, right? Spinning on... You really don't like that. You can just help us support the channel by getting your stuff through our links. Nobody's paying us to do this, so that's literally the best way, easiest way to support us. If you want to take your support one step further, hit up Patreon. We're there. Now when it comes to Apple Watch straps, Monty, we're still working here. You can go take a nap in a bit. When it comes to Apple Watch straps, it's really hard to argue against Apple's own straps because they just work. Like, there honestly isn't a strap I would use out of my gigantic tub of straps. 2 tubs of straps. I would not use any of these straps over an Apple Watch straps for 2 reasons. With the first being, well, Apple ones are just way more comfortable. There's no break-in times, they don't chafe, and they just work. Well, most of them do anyways. The second is fit. Apple's own connectors work way better than most of the third-party connectors I've come across. Oh, there are only a couple of brands who make connectors that fit as well as the Apple ones, and you may not think this is a big idea, but there's been a few instances where I'll actually show you where I've almost had to drill out a strap connector because it got stuck. For this section, I'm going to break it down into 2 parts. The best strap for working out and the best, well, casual strap. When it comes to working out, number 3 goes to the Monowear Nylon Active Band. Out of all the third-party bands that I've been using while getting swole, the Monowear Nylon Active Band has been the only non-Apple band that I've gravitated to. It's not as breathable as the Apple products, but the lightweight nylon does dry quicker than other straps. Thicker ones like the Urban Armour Gear one. I do have to note that the strap isn't as wide as the Apple one, so it may visually throw some people off. It did me for a while. Number 2 goes to the Nike Sport Band, not the Apple Sport Band. Sure, the only difference are the holes in the strap, so basically is the difference between wearing a tank top and a long sleeve shirt while you work out. The perforated strap just breathes so much better on the Nike Sport Band. Now I will say that if you sweat a lot, this will actually be your number 1 pick, or if you swim, because it's the easiest to dry. If your wrist just gets too soppy, you can easily just take it off and dry it. The only gripe that I have with this product is that it's very hard to make micro adjustments. Now, depending on what I'm doing, I may need to just loosen my Apple Watch strap slightly, and the Sport Band doesn't offer that fine level of adjustment. It's either too tight or it's too loose. Now, if you're wondering why I wouldn't recommend just any sort of strap with this perforated design, do check out the fake versus real video I did for Apple Sport Bands. Apple products do cost more, but when it comes to straps, the difference in quality is actually quite obvious. Now, before we go to the number 1 band for working out, there is a class of products that I haven't found like a reputable brand making, but it's these stretchy bands. They honestly seem to be an Amazon only product, and it's sold under a bunch of randomly named brands that just use a bunch of consonants in a row. They are actually very comfortable and don't require much adjustment during a workout, but will loosen over time. My biggest gripe with these cheap bands is that one of them got stuck in my Apple Watch, so buyer beware. There's a reason why they're super cheap. They're not especially well made. Now, the best strap for working out is either the Apple or Nike Sport Loop. Honestly, these are my go-to straps. The best feature of the strap is it doesn't get too moist during workouts, and it's breathable enough that the strap doesn't feel soaked at the end of a workout. And unlike the Nike Sport Band, I can easily just make micro adjustments to the strap. So it's just a big plus. It's just so easy to use. Now, honestly, if I wasn't a reviewer, I'd probably just stick with the Sport Loop. There really isn't anything better in terms of functionality and in terms of comfort. Honestly, this Sport Loop is the equivalent of sweatpants for your Apple Watch and your wrist. These straps tend to be more about aesthetics than functionality. Now, the neat thing about the Apple Watch is that you can buy standalone connectors that allow you to attach traditional watch straps to the Apple Watch. I'll tell you which connector I've found to be the best at the end of this section. Now, prior to the Apple Watch being introduced like 7 years ago, 8 years ago, I was not a watch person. Why? Because I just hate the buckles at the bottom of watch straps. And so I work a lot on a laptop. I used to, typing. It's just like, it just gets in the way all the time. With the introduction of the Apple Watch and Apple's take on the strap, it's made the strap a lot more bearable for me anyway. So these are my top 4. Number 4 goes to the Pitaka Modern Carbon Fiber Watch Band. The modern one, not the retro. If I'm suiting up, there's a good chance I'm going to be putting this watch strap on. It looks great, is light, and doesn't have a large annoying clasp like the other Link bracelets do. This carbon fiber watch strap feels neat as it looks like it should weigh quite a bit more than it actually does. Now, the small metallic clasp on the strap is quite nice as it feels more like a loop than a strap, as you don't have to deal with the large curved metal piece that you would find on traditional metal watch straps. The only gripes I have with this product is that the links will pinch my skin every once in a while, and since sizing is based on the size of the links, you won't get the perfect fit like you would with other products. Number 3 goes to the Monowear Urban Canvas Band. Now I'm a big fan of canvas watch straps, but most straps I've come across are based on your traditional buckle design, which I don't like. The Urban Canvas Band uses a plug buckle like the Apple Watch Sport Band, which keeps the strap thin and out of the way, but it is kind of tricky to put on. This has been my go-to strap for, we'll say, dates, but I really haven't found myself suiting up with it. The inside of the strap is made from leather, and it's very comfortable. In fact, it's so comfortable that I've actually kind of forgotten that I've had it on me a bunch of times and gone and worked out with it. It's fine. Not great, but it's fine. Now, the runner-up to my preferred aesthetically pleasing watch strap is the Leather Link by Apple. It looks like it shouldn't work, but it does. After 11 months of usage, it hasn't fallen off, which is neat because, again, it looks like it should. This is one of my favorite straps because it looks fancy and feels great. Now, putting the Leather Link on is a little odd, but it's not clumsy, which kind of adds to the charm of this product. I've done many workouts with the Leather Link, and it's bearable. The only issue I have is once I move my watch around a little bit, I do have to take a second to relink the product, which is mildly annoying. Now, that's one gripe. The other gripe that I do have is that my lighter colored leather thing does get dirty, and it doesn't look like I can clean it easily. Now, before we go to my go-to strap, if you're looking for a traditional looking leather strap, do check out the products from MiFa. Their straps have a silicone insert and a leather exterior, which minimizes that break-in period. You can just wear these and they're good. These MiFa straps are very comfortable because of that silicone insert. They're just very, very flexible. The selling feature for me for this product are the connectors, as they are the best fitting connectors I've seen to date. Number 1 goes to the Apple Milanese loop, and it was a toss-up between the Leather Link and the Milanese loop for the top spot. The one thing that put this loop over the Leather Link is the comfort while working. It's thinner than the Leather Link, so it won't be as noticeable while I'm typing/editing away. The edge of the Milanese loop will dig into your skin every once in a while, which is annoying, but like the Sport loop, it's easy to adjust, so it's not a consistent annoyance. Honestly, this is the only product I can crush at the office, on a date, and at the gym. It's definitely not as comfortable as the Sport loop for shifting tin, but if you need a strap that is both fancy and workoutable, the Milanese loop is your go-to. And it's only $100 now. I remember paying way too much, close to $300 for my original one. And when it comes to connectors, the Apple Watch connector, or officially the Apple Watch lug, the most useful lug that I've come across are the ones from Pella, which is weird to say something good from Pella. The majority of the Apple Watch lugs have the connector and a standard watch pin, so you still have to go pick at the end of the pin to remove the strap. I find that process annoying, mostly because I don't have the right tools to do it easily, and so I just end up taking a tiny screwdriver and trying to poke at the tip of the pin, and it's just, ugh. Now the lugs from Pella, they have the pins built in, and the entire thing clasps together magnetically, which makes swapping out bands incredibly easy. The cherry on top of this lug salad is the fit of the lugs. In general, lugs are just very, very poorly made, but the ones from Pella, they are top notch. Now, I did do a comparison between real and fake Milanese loops a few years ago, so if you want to know the difference between a fake and a real one, do check that video out, right buddy? Again, if you are looking for straps with great lugs, do check out the stuff from MiFa. From what I understand, and from what they've told me, and from what I can see based on the hundreds of different straps that I've used, they CNC their lugs, which allows them to get a lot tighter, and so they just fit near almost flawlessly in the Apple Watch, which is just so cool. So that's all Monty has for this video. He's ready to just peace out and just go take a nap in the sun. Questions, comments, leave them down there. Again, if you found this video useful, make sure you get your stuff through our links. If you want to take your support one step further, go ahead and support us through Patreon, because we're reviewers, we're not influencers, we're not paid by anybody to make these videos. This is what we do, and we love it. First time watching one of our videos, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell so that every single time Monty shows up, next time he won't have a banana, you get notified. Thanks for watching.